Alright, this is for 4th grade ELA, text set 8. Genre is nonfiction biography artist. Think about the artists we've read about in the work they created. Today we will read about an artist who is not known for paintings, but for sculptures and designs. Esmu Noki is a famous artist whose biracial heritage influenced his heart. Here he is shown on the cover as a young boy. The East and West House, Noki's childhood in Japan, is written and illustrated by Christy Hall. What do you think an East and West House might be? Let's see if we can find out. In 1901, Japanese poet Yorinu Nochi arrived in New York. Although he had already published 2 books of poetry in English, Yon was still unsure of the language. He had advertised for assistance and hired Leona Gilmore, a Scottish-Irish-American editor and teacher. The two worked well together, and soon a romance developed. Yon declared his love for Leonie and promised they would marry. But in the spring of 1904, Leonie suddenly returned to Japan, even though Leonie was expecting their child. Leonie and her mother then moved to Los Angeles, where the baby was born on November 17, 1904. Leonie realized he still needed Leonie's help with his English works, and he tried to convince her to come to Japan. Leonie refused at first, but finally decided to go. She feared that growing anti-Japanese sentiment in the United States would affect her biracial child. So in March 1907, Leonie and her 2-year-old son journeyed from the west to the east. So this introduction gives us some background information on the subject of this biography, Esmu Noki. Now let's find out about his life in Japan. Father's house in Tokyo glowed with moonlight through shoji screens. Shadows on the wall moved like waves as tiny fingers curled in play. With Mama, he had sailed countless days from America to this unknown place. Then a stranger father chose his name, Esmu, Mr. Courageous. Now Father had another family. His home was not their harbor. Outside, a bamboo flute cried through barren trees, and a chilly wind scattered leaves. Unwelcome, yet they remained, never long in any place. They were gaijin, foreigners, shunned by everyone. The word shun means ignored or rejected. Why do you think everyone shunned Esmu and his mother? How do you think that made them feel? Together they explored Japan, sat silently in gardens. Esmu listened to wind and current. He held each leaf up close. He walked, watching shadows shift. Light on the stone revealed secret colors. Water mirrored shapes above. A kaleidoscope in motion. Earth, rock, flowers, trees. They were Esmu's trusted friends. He dug deep to make his own stream and steered its course with a stone. At school he tried to join and play, but others teased and turned from him. Left out and alone, Esmu made a different kind of joy. He molded clay to form a wave, then painted it blue like Mama's eyes. Holding soft earth in his hands, he almost forgot his loneliness. Mama bought a tiny wedge of land under Shaskasky pines, an unwanted, awkward, sloping lot looking out to sea. Only Esmu drew up plans to make a small, distinctive house, half eastern, half western in design. It was a mixture like his own. So are you surprised that an 8-year-old can help design a house? Why or why not? He supervised construction, watched each detail with care. Evenings he shared his notes with Mama, reports of his dreams growing tall. 3 rooms laid out on the bottom floor and 1 large room on top. The builders done, now it remained for Esmu to add his touch. Apprenticed to a carpenter, he sculptured waves in cherry wood, carved panels for the sliding doors, then that moved from east to west and back again. He nestled close to Mama's side as she read of him myths of ancient Greece. Outside their window, Mount Fuji swelled, inspiration for Esmu to hold. With the world in his hands, his imagination soared, and where emptiness once lived, Asmu created home. So what do you think about the house Asmu helped build? And this is just some information about Asmu.